Hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and we're diving back into the Untamed. We're diving into episode 18. I just finished reacting to episode 17, and I believe this is the last episode where I have any sort of pre-existing knowledge of things to happen. If you watched enough of my more recent reactions, you know when I was reacting to episode 6 way back when, um, someone said, oh, a lot of you guys like, hey, you should check out the special version of the episode because there's extra scenes with Zhan and Wuxia. I was like, okay, but I didn't realize that the special editions of the episodes were not, they didn't sync up with the regular edition of the episodes. I thought it was just like with Word of Honor, how we had the special episodes where it was just like a little extra stuff thrown in there. Not that like the special edition was a truncated version of the regular version. So when I watched that, I got little glimpses of what happened in episode 15, 16, 17, and I believe 18 is the last little bit of that. So I'm excited to A, just get myself caught up and, remember some of those details, and then B, go into the rest of the series blindly without having any other pre-existing knowledge. So we're just going to dive in and see where this episode takes us. Okay, so I guess that special episode I watched went a lot further than I was anticipating because I thought it averaged out to about three or so episodes, um, three or so mainline episodes per like special episode. But what I know to happen to Wu Xian did not happen in this episode. So maybe in episode 19. So there's still a little bit of information I have, that I'm waiting to see unfold. But yeah, fantastic episode. Fantastic episode. Oh, the soundtrack is gorgeous. The acting is so damn good. The luxury of the robes. That's one of these my favorite thing about these costume dramas. I love seeing the just the richness of these fabrics and these textiles and these colors. They just feel so luxurious and just like it just makes me feel, even though I don't know what the budget was for the show. I know you guys told me that when I was reacting to Word of Honor that they had a very small budget, especially there towards the end of the series. But man, did they make that costume budget look luxurious. And same thing here. I don't know if they had a large budget for this series or if it was small as well, but they make it look expensive. It just I live for the fashion in these series. That's one reason why I'm so excited to dive into some other Chinese series specifically on this channel because I've got quite a few on my watch list, and I'm just so excited, so excited. But yeah, fantastic episode. Um, lots of emotions, lots of feelings as always. But we got reintroduced to Brother Song. Um, Wuxian came across him when he was, I guess, hunting for dinner. And he's like, oh my God, what happened to him? What happened to his eyes? And I'm like, please don't let this man be blind. That would be such a travesty because he is. We've only had one episode with him, two episodes with him. Please don't let this man be mortally wounded like this. Please, Lord, I'm still just getting to know him. And where did his boyfriend go? What happened? I have so many questions. But thankfully, it was just a temporary, toxin or something that gave him like this temporary blindness. But he's good now. Thank you, thank goodness. Um, but yes, everything works out for a particular reason. We came across him at this particular moment because in the destiny of the show, we needed something to happen with Big Sister Lee. We needed something to happen with her because, like Wushan, he had already come up with this plan to help Cheng get back his golden core. He'd come up with this plan, and Xing is not here for it. She's like, you know what? Have you really thought this over? And he's like, look, if this was your little brother, you would do exactly the same thing without hesitation. And she understands that. She 100% understands that because her little brother is someone that she loves more than life itself. And yes, she would do whatever it takes to protect this little boy. So she understands where he's coming from, but still trying to reason with him, like logically, like, girl, now, I don't know what it is she's trying to reason him out of or trying to get him to think secondly about, but um, apparently it's something that's going to come at some detriment to him in some way, shape, or form. Um, and she's, he's like, you know, be able to keep it from Chang. And she's like, you might be able to keep it from her a little while, but you can't keep the truth from his entire life. And I'm like, okay, what is about to go down exactly? What forbidden black magic are we about to dive into? What is going on? What are we about to dive in? What is the price that Wuxian is about to pay to help Chang get back his golden core? Because so far what we've seen from his plan is like, okay, you're gonna go to the Baoshan Wanderer and you're gonna pretend to be me. And they're gonna believe that you're me, and they're gonna help you get back your golden core because this Wanderer is amazing. They are the stuff of a legend, and they can bring flesh back to the dead, and this, that, the other. So they'll be able to help you get back your golden core. Okay, cool. So if that was the entire plan, that doesn't seem like it would be something that would come at a great cost or detriment to Wuxian. That just seems like worst case scenario. Baoshan Wanderer can see through the lies and either choose to punish you or not, or whatever. Like it doesn't seem like it's something that's going to severely adversely affect Wuxian. So what else is about to happen? What is the other side of the coin? What is Wuxian having to trade, or what is he having to do to also assist in this process of Chang getting back his golden core that's going to potentially tear this family apart? Well, obviously, again, we've seen the beginning of the series, so we know that there was a huge rift, and we know that Chang feels some type of way when it comes to Wuxian. So, what is it that causes this change in dynamic? What is it that causes this rift? What is it that, and don't tell me, I'm just speaking out loud right now, no spoilers. Um, but yeah, something's going down. Something has to go down, and I don't know exactly what it is. It may have been mentioned, and I might have not been paying close enough attention to what they were saying, or it might still be to come. I'm not entirely certain, but yeah, just something's going down. But anyway, fate fate was working the way that fate or destiny was working the way it needed to work in the series. So we came across Song because we know that Wuxian had this plan to help Chang get his golden core back, but Big Sister Lee cannot come with them. She it's not safe for her, or whatever. They're trying to look out for her, trying to keep her safe, this, that, and the other. She cannot come on this trip with them. It is too dangerous. So they're like, oh, what do we do with her? Because we can't leave her here in this supervisory office with the Wens, because, well, that's even more dangerous, because we already know Crazy Boy is on his way to come investigate because he knows that sweet little cinnamon roll helped Wuxian get Chen out. So it is taking a surprisingly long time for them to get here. Granted, I don't know how far they are, but like I feel like it took half an episode for Wuxian and Chen to get to the supervisory office, and I'm I'm like, girl, what? Time's a ticking. What's taking you so long to get here? And granted, I don't want you to find them. I don't want that to happen. But I'm like, girl, what's taking you so long? Like, um, so sister can't stay there, basically. So we came across Song because we needed somewhere for sister to go. So fates aligned. We healed up Song. I'm like, okay, you go back to your land, homegirl. Give me some drugs. I need to knock my sister out for a day. Just give me the biggest tranquilizer you got. I'm like, okay, knock her ass out. Take her, and if when she wakes up and she starts putting up a fight, just keep going, keep going, kidnap her ass, just keep going, and what, she'll be mad at me. It's fine. Just go. And even though she was like physically passed out, you saw her crying, you saw the emotional response she was having, which tells me that she's just physically passed out and like mentally alert, so she can hear everything that's happening, or subconsciously she can still hear and process the things that are happening even though she's not consciously awake right now, and her body is having the emotional response. But either way, she can feel what's happening, and it's like, oh god, especially after having that beautiful conversation and flashback sequence that she was having with Wuxian about the first night they met, the first night she made him the lotus roots and spare rib soup, and how the first time Wuxian met Cheng, and how Cheng was a little asshole, but it was a little asshole who almost immediately turned around and felt bad and was like, okay, we got to go rescue him. um, and at that point, I'm not like, yes, baby Chang was an asshole, but he was also a child. So there's only so much that I'm going to like hold him responsible for some of his actions. Like, yes, I feel like he could definitely use some talking to, disciplining, blah 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 blah. But it's not his fault if he is not being taught or if he's not being disciplined. Like, if he's out here having these mood swings and these temper tantrums and this, that, the other, his parents. I'm not saying his parents have to like punish him or beat him or anything like that, but like his parents could, you know, we could have had some ways of disciplining or reining that in as a child, because as we've seen as he's gotten older, I don't necessarily know that those mood swings have completely um, dissipated, we'll say. So I feel like those are habits that are still there, that weren't quite addressed when he was younger. So yeah, he was a little asshole, but I don't know that his parents addressed his asshole ways as a child, at that age. So he was a spoiled little asshole. At least that's the way he was coming off. Who knows? It could have just been a one-time thing or temporary thing because again, he was a very lonely kid, and the puppies were his favorite plaything, and they took away the puppies, this, that, and the other. So it might have just been a one-time thing. Who knows? Who knows? But anyway, we saw the first time they met, and it was a sweet moment. And like I said, kids will be kids. Kids will argue and fight, and then 2 minutes later be the best of friends, playing around, this, that, the other. That's just how kids are. But it was nice to see how caring um, Big Sister was from the very beginning. Such a nurturing force, such a mother type figure, even at that young age. It's so sweet. And just seeing their dynamic together, the three of them, and just how they've been through so much together, and they really are all each other has in this world right now. Um, which makes it even more sad, the way this story is headed. Um, but yeah, so Wuxian's helping Cheng get back his golden core. Big Sister is passed out in the back of a cart on her way to another village. It seems as though the other remaining clans have had enough. Like the assassination of the um, Chang's family's clan, um, was enough to for the rest of the clans to be like, hey, no, no, we're not waiting for this to come around to our doorstep. They've already fucked around too much, so let's go. Let's bring the fight to them. So they're fighting back against the Wen clan, and it, it's the start of a war. We got a war on our hands. So we'll have to wait and see how those things unfold. But we got Lan Zhan back in the picture briefly, but he's back because he's been gone for God knows how long. So thankfully. We met who I'm assuming is the Baoshan Wanderer when she crawled upon Chang. Was like, "Hey, child, who the hell are you and why are you here?" Um, and even though we can't see her face, we don't know anything really about her other than she's this wise immortal person. I love her. I love her. She gives me my life. Oh, the fashion, the wide brimmed hat with the dark veil and the contrast of the red robes. It's just gorgeous, luxurious. It's a fantasy. It's a dream. I live for her. I love her. Oh, she might be one of my favorite characters, and I don't know a damn thing about her, but I live, and I love. So we'll see what comes of Chang's interactions with her. Obviously, I'm assuming that he's going to get his golden core back, um, because we've seen him use his cultivation in present time. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see there. But yeah, great episode. Great episode. I love so many things. So many things about this episode. But yeah, it was fantastic. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications to be notified when all of my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. You don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love ya. Mwah.
Now we're together, there's nothing